Good morning. My name is ROSAURA VANREIL, and I am your 6TP Guide Masters for the day. Ready for your 6TP pills? So, what is the 6TP pills? It is a daily dose of stillness, purpose, learning movement, creativity, authorship, and wisdom to transform your life. No more 5 a.m. We can meet anytime, anywhere. No, we are meeting on Fridays from Monday to Friday at 5 a.m. and Saturdays at 6 a.m. and then Sundays at 7 a.m. The 6TP produces predictable results. It can run by anyone and by anywhere. It's by certified guide masters. It has a very structured program. And also, it makes wellness accessible to everyone. There is no equipment needed, no barriers. The 6TP is a scalable, transformative system. Now, before we begin the 6TP morning transformation journey, I'm going to share the program with you. What it is exactly we're going to do this morning. During the 6 transformational path, the first one is stillness. So we're going to have a personal stillness meditation process that will take us through the stillness path. In the Scaling Dreamers, we're going to go over the 6 tiers of the foundation, the 6 foundation tiers, so you can know exactly if you join a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, or tier 4. Each one built on top of the other one. We're also going to go over in the creator's path. We're going to talk about who you are, what it is exactly you want to be, where you are, and where you are going to be. Then we have this fourth passionate path. It's about stretching, it's about walking, it's about running, it's about individual techniques. And we also want to do the run, walk, run by Jeff Galloway. In the authorship path, we're going to talk about the different types of writing that we can have. We can have a poem, we can have a biography, an autobiography, we could have a memoir, we could have many different types of writing. Just bring your ideas out and put it down and write it. And finally, we have the thinking path. The thinking path is where we learn new skills. It could be any skills that you want to learn. It could be leadership. It could be beauty. It could be how to do something. It is a path where we read, we learn, and we discuss different things. Okay. And those are the 6 areas that we're going to cover this morning. So, are you ready for your 6TP pills? We're going to begin with the stillness path. So, what I would like you to do right now is find an area where you can sit quietly and sit back. Put your feet on the floor. Do not move. And you could close your eye if you want to, or emphasize or focus on one point. One point. You're going to breathe in and breathe out. I'm going to count to 4. Breathe in, breathe out. Right now, you're thinking about nothing. You're taking your body, you're taking your system to the silence, to the silence path. If any thoughts comes to your mind, just get rid of that. You're thinking right now about nothing. You want to be in complete silence, silence and stillness, stillness. You may be hearing the silence of the night. Is the night also have a silence? The purpose is to take you into a complete stillness path. Think about a room where there is no one. Those days then when everyone leaves the home and you're alone. Even if a pencil drops, a pin, you could hear it. Breathe in, continue breathing, and just concentrate on your breathing. Concentrate on your breathing. Breathe in for 4. Breathe out. Inhale again and exhale. Sometimes our mind takes us to a dreamland when we are planning things then that we have to do the next day before the day even comes. When we are planning what we have to say before the question is even asked. When we are planning what we're going to eat before we even eat it. Just reject all of those thoughts. Reject those mind trips. Reject them and take your body into a complete stillness path. Stillness is where we want to get so we can think about the transformations that we want to make, about who we are and who we want to become. Just think about your breath. Just continue breathing in, inhale, and exhale. Reject all those mind trips. Those are trips them that we take every day in our mind, thinking. We always thinking. What is next? What is before? What happened during the day? Reject all of those thoughts. And take your mind to complete stillness. And where you think nothing, you hear nothing, you're just waiting in that transformation in that dark room. Breathe in, breathe out. Do not move your arms, do not move your legs. Just keep your feet on the floor and your back against the chair or the wall and continue breathing. Concentrate on your breath. You're going to stay 2 minutes in the stillness path, 2 more minutes in the stillness path. That's where everything begins. That's where everything goes forward. That's where the transformation part begins, where we can think about the stillness. Remember, you don't have to close your eyes. Just focus on one object in front of you and just keep staring at it. If the eyes are closed, it's okay. If it's open, it's also okay. What we are working with is your mind. We want to take you into a stillness path. Relax and breathe. Inhale and exhale. No mind trips, no thinking, no planning, no premeditation, nothing that happened the day before, nothing that is going to happen today, nothing that is going to happen tomorrow. Just think about nothing. Just relax. This is a precious time, a time that we don't get during the day, that we will not get again, because the world is made up of noises, noises in the natural environment, cars horning, people talking, even the trees are making noise. So just stay in the stillness, quiet time. This is precious moments. This is worth more than gold. There was no mind trips. No one is talking, and we could hear even a pin that falls. We have 1 more minute of this precious moment of stillness. I think no one in the world is able to experience this stillness unless they enter into this path. Now we're going to bring ourselves back. We're going to count from 10 to 1 backward. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you feel like it, breathe in again, breathe out, inhale and exhale. And you can open your eyes, bring yourself back, and relax. Okay, so tell me how are you feeling now?
Feeling good, feeling good. Like
Feeling
it.
great.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Love
Good.
stillness.
Good. That's something that no one else in the world, unless they're in these transformation and path, taking the 6 TP pills, are able to experience. Because the world is made up of noises. There's always noises someplace. So now we're going to go into our scaling dreamers path. We're going to continue the transformation, taking our 6 TP pills. And the scaling dreamers path, we have 4 different paths. We all not at the same level. We all don't have the same needs. This is very individualized. So we're going to explain to you the different paths that you can take to and still have your pills of the day. So we're going to begin with the foundation. This one path, 4 levels, and unlimited growth is an unimaginable dreamland. So the first tier is the foundation, depending on your needs, of course. You got to build yourself, is where discipline begins. It's $99 a month, and you start here. You build the foundations of discipline, identity, and daily transformation. And it includes an enormous amounts of things. The daily 5 a.m. stillness sessions, but remember, it's no more 5 a.m. We could do 6 a.m., 7 a.m. We could do it anywhere, anytime. In the morning, in the on your way to work, and on your way to school, in the kitchen, you could do it anyway. I'm doing it in my bedroom right now. We're gonna go through in that $99 a month, the 6 transformative paths, which is what we're doing right now. So you're gonna have the stillness and the 6 transformative paths. You're gonna have the weekly Money Monday. And that's super, super fantastic because we need to know how to budget our money and how to succeed. Then we're gonna have the school community access and an accountability system. What I say about accountability system is mean that it's not good enough to say that I'm doing it. You got to show how you're doing it. It's not good enough to say that I'm losing weight. You got to get on that scale and show how you're losing weight. What is your BMI saying? It is not good enough to say that you are exercising if you can show it. So that is accountability. And that's something that many of us need, including me. If I'm not accountable for something, guess what? I'm full of excuses. And then we have the tier two, which we have a little bit more. We have everything that is in the foundation plus a little bit more. Because again, as I said, we all are different. We all have different needs. And in the Ascend group is 199. We have weekly small group coaching. Imagine a personal coach to sort out your problems, to guide you, to give you an ideas of how you can sort out situations. We have monthly hot seat sessions. We have performance tracking system. Remember we said that a tracking system is important? That does it in the job. That does it in the school. That does it in the hospitals. There's always a tracking system. I cannot go to the hospital and say I'm eating good and everything is good because once I get on the scales, once the blood tests come back, they say, oh, but wait a minute, your pressure is still high. Your your weight is still too much. So there's always accountability. And I respond by accountability. If I know like I have to go to doctors, I believe that a week before I start like buckling up, doing the things them that I have to do. And then in the Ascend, we also have priority support access. So the structure greatest results, consistency, create identity. And now we're going to have Dr. Pina that is going to explain to us the next 2 steps.
Yes, thank you, Sister Rosaria. Wonderful. So, alchemy transforms and adapts, change the inner architecture of your life. For 999 a month, high level transformation for serious operators and leaders. Includes everything's in tier 2 plus direct access to leaderships. Weekly close mastermind. You're gonna have a team together. They're gonna hire you. You're gonna share also what's it's your 60p 1 year contract with us that we know exactly from A to B where to take you. You have a psychotherapy, psychoanalytics, positive psychology, coaching, big work on a weekly basis. You're gonna have a licensed professional. You're gonna have a licensed mental counselor, marriage and family therapist, art therapist, psychoanalyst, social worker, a coach working for you only. 1 sessions a week. And you're gonna have a life and business design. Where are you? Where's your life? What's going on with your family? What are your goals? You're gonna set up that on the scaling dreamer. Whatever dreams, impossible dream you have for your business or for you alone, you can have the confidence that this is going to happen. The identity shifts permanently. Transformations become your standard. Legacy. I pledge that in legacy I am on Ascent Pass Rise with Structure, like 199 a month. Well, legacy is my pledge that because we are scaling in every aspect individually, myself, my wife, my family, have a team of 10 people streaming. You can go lead, multiply, and impact. Build what outlives you. 5,000, 50,000 K a year. I pledge to 15,000 K thousands a year for leaders, executives, and organizations ready to create lasting impact. You're a company, you're a 500 company, you're a school, you're small or big company, you're an institute, you're corporations, you want 5, 10 people of you guys to bring and to have the 60 people. I was talking with Victor yesterday, so we need to have more school that can have the 60p. We're building a school in Brooklyn starting in July. I know that the first, you know, 5 kids, amazing kids, to take it to the 60 pass, transform their life. We're gonna do it, and I know that you are there. You can do it. Includes everything in tier 3, private intensive strategy advisory, corporates, more tracking systems and support system for you, clinical support, business management support, individual support, leadership development and supervisions, exclusive retreats and high level access, where people 5, 10, 20 people meet. So to the next, to the different level, to Orlando, Chicago, Madrid, Berlin, Canary Islands, you name it. Proximity to power accelerates everything. Rosara?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Pina. I'm so excited to join any one of these then, because it's just a lot of things then that we are going to be in. Thank you so much, Dr. Pina. And now we're gonna continue discussing in the creator's path. The creator path is about you personally. We want to hear from you. What are your dreams? What are your goals? Who you want to be and who you are becoming. Do you have a dream? Do you have something that you want to do? And you've been planning it because you know what? I am an expert in that. Planning things and for years. I want to do, I want to do, and I want to do. But I don't set a deadline. I don't make a plan. A little bit more stricter. And guess what happened? Those dreams become just that. Long, long, long storms. Every dream has to be stretched a little bit, have to have a deadline, have to be a little bit more tighter. We have to find out what it is stopping us from accomplishing those dreams. Sometimes there are things invisible. Sometimes it's things that we do. So that's what we're here for, to let you, to help you in this creator path to become who you want to be. Does anyone here have a dream that they were dreaming to do it long time? And the dream was so long, the goal was so extended that they couldn't finish? I am number one expert for that. I was always dreaming in eating well and in doing the right thing. And I never stopped, never, I begin, but I never continue until things just turned the left side. And then I decided that, you know what? I got to set a deadline. I got to set a deadline, how I'm going to do it, and what am I going to do. Does anyone have an experience that they want to share with us about how this creator's path helped them of becoming who they are? And why is this path important? Why is it important?
It's very important because now, you need to be a creator. You need to be doing something for a legacy, writing to the world, talking to the world, teaching something. You're a doctor, an accountant, you're a manager, you're a lawyer, you're a psychologist, a counselor, you have something to say. I go during my nights quiet and just I relax, and if I want to go to the social media whenever I want, but I know that every day I wake up at 5 a.m. with my team and I produce something. I stream. I'm a creator. I feel that. I mean, I'm doing something for the world, not just enjoying, looking, and paying attention to something or giving my time to other people. I want, to retain and gain the time and the money from other people too. So we are forced. obliged to be dreamer and to be creator and to produce, be producer, because exactly that's what it is. You have to produce to you. That's why it's so important, the scaling dreamer path.
Thank you, Dr. Pina. Thank you, Dr. Pina. Let me hear something from Martha. Martha, tell us a little bit about it. Because anytime I look at something that you said, Martha is involved in something, some creator's dreamer path, some activities she's doing, some trips she's doing, some workshops she's doing. Tell us, how are you becoming who you are, Martha?
Yeah. Good morning, wonderful Rosaura. Um, this is really I I like to yeah, I do it and really in my life create a, my goodness, my wellness. With the it help you uh, myself and another person, and this CTP um, is very focused and to motivate it, to create it, and start the day with
Show your face, just your face. You only showing your eyes, the whole face. Check exactly so that you can see everybody. Yeah,
okay.
because you're live. So all right, you can see yourself. All right.
Okay. Um, and and really, this is a good a good beginning. Every people who has success is a recommender start the day in this way. Um, I do my meditation also. Uh, I I continue creating my my writing. Um, and my best thing to do and let my legacy to my friends, my family. Yeah.
Thank you, Marta. Thank you, Miss Rodriguez. I mean, you are a vivid example of what is the creator's path, because you're always involved in something. Anytime I look around, oh, Marta is doing something else. This is who she is and who she wants to become. And I want to be like you, Marta. And this is all
Ah,
possible with the 6TP pills.
yes.
I want to
Yes.
Okay.
hang out with
Thank you.
grandma too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Marta is always doing something. Now, the other The other transformation path that we're going to do is the sport passion path. This path is so important that sometimes we don't realize it. And I put that we're going to do the run, walk, run method. We're going to do the walking in space. And we're going to do any other activity because it's all about moving your body. You could do music, you could dance, you could walk, you could use your bicycle. The city has even make it better for us. If you don't have bicycles in New York, there are bicycles that you can run, that you can rent for a minimum month. We all have different abilities, different strengths, different needs, different desires. But there is some type of exercise that we all could do. I remember months ago, I was sick. I mean, when I say sick, in the bed. And what I'm telling you today is because I am what I am, and I believe what I'm saying. I was extremely sick in the bed, sick, sick. And I stayed in the hospital for a few days, and they never did encourage me to move. I never moved. I was in the bed. When I was discharged, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I could not walk. I could not walk. So for me, exercise was when the physical therapy came and says, lift your foot. Give me 3 sets of 10. And the exercise was just 1, 2, until I get to 10 with the right foot and then with the left foot. And I did the same with the upper body, with the lower body, moving it from side to side. So that's why I believe that exercise is individualized. Exercise could be just walking up and down the stairs, but you got to move. You can't stay quiet. You can't stay mobile because then your muscles do not work after. And it took me a while to regain the ability to walk, even to go to the one room to the other. And that was done with exercise. So I believe that exercise is very individualized from one person to another. Right now, my exercise is going to be walking in space, right in my spot. So I want to see everyone doing exercise because they said this is a very important fact. And as I explained to you, I could not walk. And that was painful because in the hospital, they just had me there without walking. And when I come out, I could not walk. So I did a different type of exercise. Even moving a finger was my exercise. So exercise is very individualized. So all you need is your body, your willingness to exercise, and your water. Water is very important. So I'm going to drink some water and I'm going to walk right here in space. I know many of us uses the Strava to document it. And I want to see everybody doing some type of exercise because remember, the 6TP, we could do it anywhere in any time. You could do it. But exercise is very important, extremely important. Drinking my water. Then I'm going to get up and march right in space. Not in the Catano aisle, but right in my bedroom aisle. Okay? So let's do it. Let's do it. It's important. As I tell you by my experience that I could not walk. And exercise is very individualized. For one person, what is for one person is not for another. Some of us could run miles. Some of us could walk a few steps. But it doesn't matter because I did exercise in those days in my bed. When the physical therapy came, he says, no, no, in the bed, you're going to do it. I want to see you moving, move something. And here I am today, not only moving something, but moving everything. So let's go. Let's go. I know Martha likes to do the Tai Chi, and she's a very active person. Martha, tell us a little bit about what you're doing now.
Now I in my kitchen walking and running in place, but I like to move my arm
Good, good.
right to left, right
Right.
to left. I like to move. Yeah,
Thank you, Martha. And I'm doing
yeah,
the same thing because now I have balance. I didn't have balance before. Before I had to hold on because I didn't
yeah.
have balance. But now I can move. And this is all thanks to the passion is path. You got to
Mm-hmm,
move your body.
mm-hmm.
Moving is different for all of us. Everybody, the movement is different, but we have to move. Some of
Yes.
us walk, some of us run. I'm surprised that
Mm-hmm.
I can move every part of my body. I can even dance now. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that months ago. When was that I was in the hospital? April?
Glory, Father. Glory.
May?
Amen, amen. Very good, Rosaura.
And that is thank you to the creator, to the sport passionist path. I
Yeah.
had to walk. I had to walk. Move
Yes.
something.
And it's easy, easy, easy.
And it's for free. It's walk, run, walk.
I'm pretty. Yeah. Ay.
No, I have balance. Thank you for the exercise.
Mhm.
And the physical therapy used to say that to me. So when I, encouraged by Dr. Pina, I participated in these activities. I always got up and even march in space. And now I can even dance. And these are things then that unless we have a need, like me, I had to because I wasn't walking. We don't do. Some of us exercise because we want to lose weight. But no, I exercise because I want to live forever. I want to live and walk forever. And this is something that if I wasn't getting the 6-TP pills, I would have get up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm rushing. I'm late. I'm leaving. But no, I have everything in one. Gregory, what are you doing? Tell us a little bit about what are you doing. Remember, the exercise is individualized. Everybody do different things.
I'm moving in my room here and excited about how great I'm feeling and excited about how important every day that you make movement, your life changes. So excited for my better self to come out. Thank you so much, sister.
Brother, even moving your head from left to right, that's a privilege.
Mm.
That's a privilege. That's a gift. Some of us may put more intensity than others because exercise is very individualized. Very individualized. Lawrence, thank you, Gregory. Thank you, brother. Lawrence, tell us about it.
Good morning. I'm walking in place. I'm doing like I'm gonna
I
do.
see Dr. C, sorry, right there on his living room in front of the camera. Go ahead.
There you go. There you
Go
go.
ahead.
I'm walking in place today. I'm gonna do some kettlebells this morning after we're done. So I'm gonna do my workout after we're finished this morning.
Good, good. I'm walking in place, but when it's finished and it's light up outside, I walk around my block every day now. That's part of my exercise, that's part of my routines. And for me, it is a blessing because I couldn't even make a step a few months ago. So this is a blessing. When you have your muscles and you don't use it, you lose it. And I'm a live example of it. Victor, give that a naming. I'm a live example of it.
Amen. 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 Glory
Amen.
to the Father
Amen.
for that.
Go Knicks, go Knicks, go Knicks.
Go Knicks. Go Knicks. Oh my God, what
Go.
amazing game yesterday. We bought ESPNs yesterday. Victor, was amazing, isn't it? What a surprise for New York City. That was like everybody like, really? Is this happening now? It's amazing.
I mean, you want
Amazing.
to talk about a story of getting the last laugh, right? Like, we got a little bit of everything, right? We got a beat down, right? When we saw when we don't come with our best, right? And this is an example for us. When we don't come with our best, right? We're gonna get punched in the mouth, right? But here's the thing. What's the Catano motto? What the Sir Persevere says, right? He says, when I'm losing, I'm just starting to win, and we won, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I didn't even know that the Knicks won until when I heard the screaming around the area and the fire clappers and everything. So I said, oh, wait a minute, something happened. Because I had already turned off the television. I says, I don't want to see this anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I have a t-shirt pajama that I wear all the time. And today I decided to wear the shirt that I won at a shooting contest at a concert. I mean, at a carnival. I hit 3 free throws and I won this. So I decided today was the perfect day to wear it.
I think
And
so.
I get to show my guns off,
You are a winner.
And it's 3-1, isn't it?
3-1.
Oh wow. And
So
this
Dr.
big guy,
Pina,
this big guy, it was amazing. That big guy from San Antonio. But Brownson is the name of the little guy. He's unstoppable. I have him in my mind. I can see his destiny. I can see his determination. I mean, like, he's gonna get it. I mean, like, he's going to get it. He's not gonna lose. He was going in, inside until he just really made it. And the last 2 point, oh my God, three, that guy just right there, boom, went inside. And it's really amazing. So I'm not a sport guy that goes see baseball. My people, make me probably love that, or basketball, but my wife said, oh, no, we need to see this. So we are seeing that. It's amazing. Rosaura?
Well, we
Yeah.
talk about all the popular stars, right? We talk about Brunson. Those are the people that we know. But the Knicks have a golden boy themselves, right? The way we have one, right? They have OG Anunoby, the guy who tipped the ball in.
Ajá, no,
We're going to talk about Brunson and whatever we're going to talk about, but no one's going to talk about the fact that when no one else was playing, this guy was living the Sir Persevere message. He kept believing that they were going to win. And ultimately, even when Brunson, the star, missed the shot, he was the one that ran in and tipped it in
and
and
get it
saved
in.
the game, right?
Yeah. He's the most amazing guy. It's amazing, yeah. And New York is on fire everywhere and happy. So I think we got it. Rosaura?
Yeah, they probably was taking the 6 TP pills as well. They could take it anywhere,
Yes.
anytime. They probably were taking. They're winners. They're dreamers,
Yes.
and we got it. Dr.
Yeah.
Z, before we leave this sport passion, this Pat, tell us what you're doing, because
Right,
even making coffee is doing exercise. Is moving.
right now, I'm not exercising. I'm continuing on with my book because I'm on fire for that BHAG. But later on, I'll be walking the dogs around the little pond here. So that's what I'll be doing for my exercise.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Z. So we could calm down now, cool down, do your breathing, drink some water, and take this time to put it in Strava if you're ready to do so. Dr. Pina, did you reach home already?
Yeah, I'm getting home right now. So I'm getting just fast to get there and to finish my walk run. I've been running more since June 2nd. So I'm going out, walking up opening the garage and really getting out, getting my bare naked kind of shoes and my shorts and also my cap. So I'm just getting, I'm 30 seconds away from home.
Good, thank you, Dr. Pina.
I'm here.
Don't forget to drink some water.
Yeah.
Drink some
Oof.
water.
Go. Yeah. I'm
And
done.
believe it, I'm feeling hot. I'm all fire up. I'm sweating. And I
Yes.
didn't do that much. This sport, passion is part, as I said, is very important because I'm a live example of what I was able to do because of it. Otherwise, I would have been in the bed. Sometimes I look at that program, the 600-pound women, and I'm saying, Jesus Christ, they need to be here. Because even moving a foot, a legs, a arms is important. Thank you so much. Drink your water. And let's get ready for the other part of the 60p pills. Remember, you can do it anywhere and anytime. And you don't need any special equipment, and then the results are predictable, are consistent. Now, ready? Drink your water. I want to make sure you drink your water, that you hydrate, and that you're feeling good. When I used to do exercise with the physical therapy, I used to take my heartbeat to see how I was doing. He used to take my pressure, and it was just simple exercise. So for now, what we're going to do is we're going to hydrate. Just drink some water and just sit down and relax. Relax a little bit, and we're ready for the next part of the 60p pills. And the next part is the authorship part. Is when we create something, and we are innately, we are creators. We just need to bring it out, and we just need some help in bringing it out. You could create anything. It could be, you see little babies from kindergarten, they could draw a picture of a man, a stick figure, and they could tell you a big story about it. That's being a creator path. You could create a poem, you could make a book of poems, you can make a book of any time. There's different type of writings. There are biographies, when you're going to write it somebody. or autobiographies when you're going to write about yourself. Like Brother Victor like to do poems. You could do poems. We all are creators. And with the 60p pills, we're going to just bring it out. That innate skills them that we have. Today, what I'm going to do in this path, I'm going to share something that I was writing. I started it months ago when I was in my bad situations, and I never continued. But now I started to work in it again. And it is basically a memoir. A memoir is part of your life. It's different from a biography, from an autobiography, because in the autobiography, you're talking about your entire life. And in the memoir, you're talking about a part of your life, a segment. When I went to kindergarten, when I met my husband, when I met my wife, when I got married, memoir is just part of your life, not the entire autobiography. And this memoir is about something that I believe dearly in, and it's about chronic diseases. And this is how I belong. So make yourself comfortable, relax so you can listen. You're in for a little ride of maybe 5 minutes. So this is how it begins. The title alone tells you from my tomb to my resurrection, from my tomb to my resurrection, which means that I was almost dead if I didn't make changes in my life. And I begin like this. Are you waiting? The nation's leading public health authority, chronic diseases are among the most widespread, costly, and preventable health conditions in the United States. Imagine we have the 6-2P pills that can prevent these type of disease. The CDC emphasizes that lifestyle behaviors, especially nutrition, physical activity, sport, fashion is bad, and reducing harmful habits form the core of effective prevention and management. Based on the CDC surveillance data, an estimated 60 to 70% of adults, women, and 55 to 65% of adults, men in the United States have at least one chronic disease. Well, guess what, guys? I didn't have one chronic disease. I think I had the whole 9 yards. I have cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, other things, them. I had it all. This estimate comes from the prevalence of major chronic conditions tracked by the CDC: hypertension, obesity, diabetes, arthritis, heart disease, and etc. And I had them all, including the etc. I had them all. They have been reducing over the time. Okay. Are you part of this 60 or 70% of men or women that have chronic disease? If someone who looked just like you, ate just like you, and resisted change just as hard as you did, found her way back to herself, would you want to know how she did it? Truth is, my descent into the tomb began long before my body ever collapsed, long before the diagnosis, the symptoms, or the fear. My body had been whispering a story I refused to hear. The body always knows. This is how my journey to my tomb begins. I was heading towards death, the devil. Okay? One morning, I woke up feeling extremely hot. When I looked outside, the sun was bright and the leaves in the trees were moving up and down. As I stepped outside, the street was alive. Street was alive, children appeared everywhere at once, and stoops and sidewalks in front of the hydrants. Somewhere in the distance, an ice cream truck sounded its usual melody. Eventually, towards the afternoon, there was a smell of grilled food, kind of smell that makes you extremely hungry. It was then that I realized that summer was here, and it was a signal that I needed to get out to the store and buy clothes. That was the day a stranger opened my eyes without knowing it to what it means to increase your waistline and the beginning to the creeping obesity, the slow, steady weight gain that accumulates over many years so gradually that you barely notice it's happening. I was in a store browsing racks of summer clothing as I put the clothes in front of me, visualizing which one will look sexy and juvenile. That's one thing I always try to buy. Clothes that don't let me look radiant, that let me look radiant, youthful, and take some years off. I was almost in my own dream world, minding my own sweet business when the stranger appeared. She looked at me and trying to be genuinely helpful and said, "Have you seen how the price went up in the store? In our store?" I repeated, "Our store." I looked at her with amusement, politely puzzled face. The face of a person waiting for more information before deciding how to react. She clarified. She meant Lane and Brian, the store that sells clothes for big women like me and you. Plus size clothing, I replied. Oh, I don't shop there. I buy my clothes anywhere that I like. She smiled, I smiled, and we parted away. And that, as far as I'm concerned, was the end of it. However, this change of words stayed with me, and I always remember the conversation up to these days. The Lane and Brian situation was not the last. As I think back, there were other situations that was screaming the same message. I was becoming obese. I recall the day a classmate from high school came to the building where I was residing in those days. I heard the description that she told the superintendent. I'm looking for a tall and fat girl that lives somewhere on the first floor. I heard, but I never came outside because in my mind, I thought she could not be talking about me. The topic of obesity and overweight took me back, of all places, to college. I had written a proper academic paper about lifestyle changes, diet, exercise, hydration, and all the usual items with citations. I wrote everything that I thought that the professor wanted to hear. Then my professor told us these changes were not merely to be written about. They had to be, she said, and I remember this word specifically, implemented. However, my inner self raised a certain objection. Exercise every day? This was a no-no. The sun was physically, genuinely, aggressively hot, and no one who knew what heat felt like on the body had ever looked at it and thought, what a fine time to go running. Furthermore, I was tired after work, school, and household chores. Vegetables every day? That was another no-no. I like my arroz blanco con habichuelas, con arroz moro. I grew up eating rice with soup. I ate rice with eggs and onions when there was no meat. I even ate rice with butter when there was nothing else. I had to eat rice every day, otherwise, I was not satisfied. I also had to have high caloric carbohydrates for breakfast. I had fresh baked bread from the bakery. I had empanadas. I had hojaldres, which is a Panamanian fried dough bagels, dough, bagels, Italian bread. I have everything that could turn into sugar once it entered into my system. Furthermore, 8 glasses of water, that was another no-no. Eight, that was another no-no. I had done the mathematics, and 8 glasses meant public bathrooms, and I was not going to use the bathroom. I also grew up drinking Kool-Aid, which is a power drink mix that you pour into a pitcher of cold water and add sugar. It was extremely cheap. One pack could make a full pitcher for everybody in the household. I pour the powder into a pitcher of cold water and sugar stir, and you have a sweet, vivid, very American drink to get more than one serving and at a very cheap price. I also drink raspadura, which is a raw and refined cane sugar mix with water and lemon to make a drink. Raspadura is also called in Panama panela, in Colombia and in Venezuela. Therefore, I don't think I was going to replace these sugary drinks for natural fruit drinks of any other type of unsweetened drinks. Consequently, the school paper remained as that, a school paper, and I never made the effort to turn it into a functional and working paper. And I think for now, we're going to stop there and we will continue the story of how the science was there and I continue a life that could take me to my grave and how I came out of the situation. So that's the beginning of my story. And I'm a live example of coming out from my grave, from my tomb to the resurrection. And that's the title of my book. Does anyone have any similar story? Because we are heading to a grave if we don't make a change. And the 60 pills is there to make it all in one. We don't have to shop in anywhere. We don't have to look for no other thing. It's right there. And that's my story. And I'm here today. Resurrection.
It's an amazing story. So your teacher said, "Oh yeah, it's okay. The information is perfect. It's research," but she said application. And how you took that now?
No, no, I says no, I'm not. Is she crazy? I'm gonna do exercise in the sun, drink 8 glasses of water and use the bathroom. No, 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 no. And I'm not gonna stop eating my rice. I love it. I love it. I'm not eating any vegetables. Today, I regret it. Today, I regret it because then that was taking me to my grave. The science was there. I just refused to see it.
And also, it's part of the culture, and our culture, the way we are, what we used to eat and drink, and we bring that and we repeat that also. How we have to bring some kind of different nutritional path to the people, to the friends, and to the family, to ourselves also. And how that your culture affected you also, how you made the change to where you are right now, to resurrection.
Yes, I was heading to my grave. Everything was getting ready. Imagine I was at the point that I couldn't walk, develop all the list of diseases that you could think about. All of them, one after the other one. And here I am. And that's why I call it my resurrection, because if I didn't make a change as the one that is proposed by the 6 TP pills, I will not be here today to say this story. No way.
Mm-hmm.
I know a thing or two about that. And that's why every day when we start our prayer group, this is why I always shout glory. We shout glory. Oh, glory. We just shout glory, 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 glory every day. We claim those victories because we know that we have an awesome God that is with us. And when we latch on to that God, we can do anything in His strength.
Amen.
Amen. Amen, Victor. We could do anything, anything. And what
Amen.
I like about the 6 DP pills is that everything is there. It's like going to Walmart. It's all in one. We don't have to shopping for anything. It's everything is right there. So you just have to take it every day. And
Do
you
you
will not
remember?
be you will not be coming from your tombs to your grave.
Do you remember, Dr. Pina? After I was done crying in the hospital bed and we started to do movement, you remember I got up? You remember the first thing you said to me?
Mm-hmm. What
You
was
said you said, "Be careful." And I said, "This is not the time to be careful.
it?
This is the time to be bold and to proclaim God's victories." And I remember the people who were on that call, right? I remember, just from that call alone, we should have like 20 people doing this with us, right? Because if they started that journey with us and they stuck with it, like they would be inspired, right? Um, because, I knew in that moment that I had hit rock bottom, and and obviously I relate directly with you, Rosaura, right? I know what it's like to be in that grave and just barely grabbing on to the dirt atop of it, right? Just barely grabbing on, and with those just the tiny little grip that I had on that dirt, just pulling myself out of that thing, right? And I knew I wasn't just gonna pull and jump out. I knew that it was gonna be a slow climb, but I was getting out of that grave.
Yes, I agree, Victor. It was very slow. And it takes us a long time to get there, very slow. Looking from when I saw the story beginning, the Leon Bryan story, I say, is she crazy? I don't buy in no plus size stores. But she was seeing what I wasn't seeing. It was creeping. That's what they call it, creeping obesity. It creeps in you little by little, and you don't notice it. You begin maybe it's 10 pounds, 20 pounds, and when you look, I was 100, 220 pounds by the time I decided to pay attention. And I have to say that this program really, really helped me because when I told Dr. Pina some of my last illness, he said, no, don't stop coming. This is good for you. Continue. And with the support of this whole group, this is where I am today. Otherwise, you were getting ready for a funeral, not a resurrection.
But see, you're faithful, right? And that's what it is. When you're faithful and you start, see, the thing that people don't understand about faith, it's not just closing your eyes and visualizing the result that you want, right? It's asking and then acting, right? Asking and acting, right? Once you ask and once you're standing in faith for what you believe in, you have to take that action, right? You have to start doing the things. You have to be willing also to do things that you didn't do before and that maybe got you there to begin with, right? And and this is what we're doing here. We're acting on our faith. You know, I remember in the early days when we first started, being guide masters, you, you know, and I think I said this very recently in the last time, right? Um, I said all of us are here because we're after something. We're after something, right? And whatever it is that you're after, you have to be faithful in that and you have to pursue it with the belief that you already have it because that's what faith is. Faith is when you have something that you can't feel, it's not tangible, you can't feel it, you can't touch it, you can't see it, you can't hear it, but you know it.
Yeah, thank you, Victor. Thank you. So, I'm so passionate about this chronic diseases because the signs are there and we ignore them. The signs are there and we ignore them and we're getting ready for our grave. So that's it. That's the 6 TP pills that I was able to take and it bring me out of that grave. I know I'm here to share my story. So to know we're gonna go to the Thinker's Path. And in the Thinker's Path, we're gonna continue reading the scaling book, The Science of Scaling. One day you're gonna finish here my story because I'm making this story for you so you could benefit from it. One day you're gonna finish here Victor's story. So that he's writing it so you could benefit from it. One day we're going to hear Dr. Pina. We have many of Dr. Pina's stories. We're going to hear Gregory's stories, Martha's story, Lauren's stories. Because we all have a story. We all have something to share with humanity. We all have something to say. And I want you to learn from my story. So that's why I'm sharing it. Now we're
Yeah.
going to go to Dr. Pina. Yes, sorry, Martha.
No, it's okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you.
So I have the book that we follow in the science of scaling, forward by Tony Robbins, Grow Your Business Bigger and Faster Than You Think is Possible, The Science of Scaling by Benjamin Hardy and Blake Erickson, founders of scaling.com. We are in page 14 and operating from an impossible goal forces you to define yourself. Most people are afraid to do this, afraid to own their convictions. Impossible goals are so massive, they weed out common thinking, common approaches, and common excuses. They are ready check and gut punch. Are you serious or not? Are you clear or not? If not, then get clear. Remove everything that shouldn't exist, which you've been maintaining for one reason or another. No more justification. If you can say, we do this, then you are undefined, diluted, and cannot scale. The primary reasons companies don't scale is the same reasons people don't scale. The entrepreneur is lying to themselves. Anytime a person goes below the floor, they aren't clear or who they are and what they are doing. They are diluting and distracting themselves and others. They aren't becoming the absolute best at what they do. They aren't making the impact they could be making. Anytime you go below the floor, you're on the noise. You're making your business complex by doing multiple things at more mediocre level than you want to admit. You can scale a complex system. You can scale noise. You can scale if you're too afraid to define yourself and commit. By raising the frame so high and actually establishes a scale goal, Mark filtered his business and clients for far more rigorously. That rigor and honesty transferred directly to what he spoke to his clients. Look, this is who we are and what we can do for you. Play big or go somewhere else. Because of his extreme clarity, Mark was no longer noise to his clients with the multiple conflicting services. The convictions they now spoke in defining themselves and their single services was a complete signal to the right people. No dilution, no competition. No competition for two reasons. One, they really were the best at this. And two, they spoke with extreme clarity and conditions about what they did, as well as what the client would need to do to succeed. No one else was that clear. Almost everyone else in the market is diluted and unfocused, following the crowd and offering far too many mediocre products and services. In a follow up interview with the clients a few days later, the clients accepted the new and better plans and wired the 300,000 initial investment to really blow up the product and brand. There was another part of Mark's conversation with these clients, which reflected Mark's higher floor, honesty, and accountability he told his clients. And after this quote, we're going to stop right there. I want you to understand part of this conversation we are having today is my fault. We did the wrong things for you. We never should have allowed you to play in this little pool, building your business solely around Amazon. We gave you bad advice, and that's on me. I did it because you came in the door and said, we can afford this. And instead of telling you what you needed, we told you what you wanted to hear. We shouldn't have told you what you wanted to hear. We should have told you what you needed to hear. Today, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, which is that if you don't take this product to mass market and mass retail, then you're going to fail within 18 months or less. Um, the clients got it and is now making much bigger moves to success. Several of their clients made the same decisions, and in less than 2 weeks, Mark learning the scaling framework, Jekyll and Hyde was radically simpler and clearer system. They eliminated all lesser products, offering that modded their brands and weakens their power. They eliminated all below the floor clients that wouldn't or couldn't play at the level of Jekyll and offer. And something else happened that shocked the team even further. In Don's heart on Mark that when they lower their floor as business, offering a multiple or less services, they stop filtering for and focuses on the types of clients they really wanted. With Mark's newfound convictions and intensity, especially as it related to his scale goal hitting 1 million in revenue within 3 years, he began having some very powerful conversation with potential clients and how he could help them. And I think we're gonna stop it right there. One person was a friend who was a big. Okay, that's is starting a new case. Rosaura.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pina. Thank you so much. So with having said that, we know that we need to hear what we need to hear, the reality of things, and not what we want to hear. We have to set goals, impossible goals, and work towards it. It's sort of like working backwards, working towards it. This with the 6 TP pills, you learn to do all of that. You learn to become a better you, a better self, and to know what is not scaling and need to eliminate it. Does anyone wants to have the last words?
I just want to thank you for sharing and being so vulnerable with us today. And I'm excited to see the rest of your journey too.
That's the only way, Victor, that others could learn because it's a real story. And I believe in what I'm saying about the health, the passion is fat in the 6 TP because it's going to help us to move forward. It helped me.
Is that what your book is going to be about, Rosaura?
Yeah, yeah, that's the first pages. Yes.
Awesome.
I was in the grave. You were getting ready for funeral. And with all the help that I received, that's why I'm here today. Exercise, nutrition, meditation, believing in myself, looking forward. And I was able to come out of depression, everything. And I'm here today. Okay, no one else have nothing else to say. So thank you so much. God bless you all and see
Let's
you
stay,
tomorrow.
everybody.
You.